Ooh. Welcome back. I'm finally getting around to installing my front brake pads. It's been a couple of months. My previous sport pads, the Project Mu B-Specs, were pretty worn out. So I put the OEM ones back in as sort of a placeholder until I could order some new pads. And I eventually came upon these ones, Dixcel Extra Speed, or ES, right? This pad is seen as like a kind of a more aggressive street pad. It can handle 0 to 600 degrees Celsius, and I believe the Mu rating is somewhere on here. You know, this is a pretty standard brake pad size. So you can find, you know, believe it or not, you can find some performance pads for, you know, a little economy car like this Impreza. So shop around if you guys are interested in, you know, upgrading your parts, because the compatibility in these cars is great. So we're just going to be upgrading today to Dixcel ES. Level up! You can see here that I have a few tools in front of us. I have my jack here, but we're not going to need jack stands. You can if you want, but I have a breaker bar with a 19mm socket on the end of it. I have the brake pads themselves. I have a socket wrench with a 14mm short socket on it. And then I have some brake cleaner and also caliper resetter. It's just like a thing to push the pistons back in. And so we're gonna first have the car weighted down. It's not jacked up yet, but we're gonna loosen the nuts. Excuse me and my clothing. Just at home today. You know, work from home every day. All right. So I'm gonna untorque these just so that they're loose when it's on the ground. Next, we're gonna jack up the car just enough so that we can take off the wheel. That's clear. All right. Now, if you wanted to, you could put a jack stand under there for safety. Next, I'm going to take out all these lug nuts. But first, let's loosen this up with these. This is the OEM tool, by the way, so it can come in handy if you want to loosen things off. For speed, the T-handle typically is a little bit better. Okay, I don't have my gloves, but usually you'd have a pair of gloves here. Put that aside. It's a good time to look at the side of your tire, if there's any wear. All right, it's good. Put it down to the side. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna take the 14mm and we're gonna take these slider pins off the nuts. Back here. Now, a lot of people wanna upgrade their brakes, right? And I did upgrade my brakes, but I only increased the size of the rotor, which you know, when you increase the diameter, you get more brake torque, right? Like stopping power. A lot of people want to go with like four piston calipers in the front and 2 in the back. Sure, you got the money for it, go ahead. But typically, like a larger diameter and then better pads are going to be, you know, very sufficient for this car. So I've taken these 2 bolts out, and then I'm just going to slide this upwards and outward. Okay, just like that, and then just set your piston caliper back there, and you got your brake pads. They're going to slide out sideways. 1 and 2, right? And just so everyone remembers, these little brake guides are going to go to the back or the bottom when you put them back in later, okay? So these are my OEM pads, and I'm just going to leave them. Ooh. I'm just going to leave them on the side and use them if I need to later. Okay, so where do we even leave off? I went to go do a meeting and then now I'm back. Okay, I think we're gonna install our brake pads. Press this little tab outwards a little bit, and then it slides. Everything should just slide in right after, right? Just like that. So I've done this side here, and now we're gonna press our pistons back in. It's kind of sunny today, so When is it not sunny in Southern California? It's great. It's hot sometimes. And do the same thing on the other side. So one thing that I found before when running aftermarket brake pads is that sometimes they don't come with hardware, right? And you need to be able to reuse your old hardware, like clean it up, brush everything off, and hopefully there's no extra rust or anything on there and you can reuse them. Like these ones, these stainless steel OEM slider pin brackets, they're fine. It's just, you just gotta clean them up once in a while and put some new lube on them. And once you have new lube on them, your brake pads can freely move in this little bracket here. All right, so we've pushed our pistons back in, and now there's more room from here to here, so that when I put them over here, I can put them on. All right, so now that all we have to do is get those little bolts and tighten them up. 14 millimeter on both. And that's it. You know, typically people are gonna replace their rotors too, but I look at these rotors, there's a slight lip on the edge here. I think they're fine, so I'm gonna keep reusing them. I do have another set of rotors in the garage that I bought in haste to, you know, because I'm like, oh no, everything's like worn out, but it was just the brake pads themselves, the previous Project Me pads that were worn out. So I've been using the upgraded rotors since then still. These rotors are from Crosstrek, and I had to upgrade this piece right here, which is the caliper bracket, the thing that holds this thing in place. You can upgrade it to be a little bit larger in diameter so that you can fit a Crosstrek rotor in your Impreza. And this goes for like basically almost any cars. Like if you can find the caliper bracket that holds, you know, a larger rotor, you can upgrade your rotor size and then use your OEM caliper itself to, you know, squeeze your brake pads and stuff. So why am I in here again? Because I forgot to put this bracket back in. So I'm gonna put this in here, set it down nicely, and the goal here is to pull this pin outwards. Okay, that was my mistake before. By pulling that pin outwards, you can easily push everything into where it's supposed to go. We'll start from the back and then slide it in. Done, right? So Dixcel has this nice backing plate that comes with it, which is nice, and it comes with this hardware on the side as well. You know, some aftermarket, even upgraded pads, they don't have this hardware. So let's put this in. The worst part about the back one is that you're doing it kind of blind and by feel. But if everything's proper, then it should just go in like that. Okay, I've already pushed these pistons backwards, so this should just fit right over. Yep. And we're done. Okay, so the next thing to do after this is, you know, is obviously mount the wheel, right? But when you have new brake pads or new rotors, you want to do a proper brake bedding. You know, you don't want to go to sleep with your brake pads. You want to actually take them out on the freeway and do a couple of, you know, 60 to 0, you know, on an off ramp or something, or wherever you need to, but a little bit more aggressive than you normally would. Maybe even in a road where there's nobody. That's probably the safest place. But when there's nobody, you can take your car up to like around 60-ish or a little bit faster than 60, and then brake pretty hard. And you want to, the point is to get the material of both the rotor and the brake pad hot enough that when they start coming in contact with each other, they kind of spread, you know, the brake pad material across the, you know, would-be virgin rotor. Or if it's a new brake pad, you want to spread this brake pad material over the old rotor as well, right? And that just creates a good friction surface, right? And without bedding, and heat cycling your hardware. When you have to brake hard, you might get some inconsistencies. So I always like to bed my brake pads after I've installed new ones, or new rotors too, because you're just going to get better long-term performance under high stress. So all right, time to put this wheel back on, and then I'm probably going to bed these probably tonight when there's less traffic. Okay, there's the wheel back on. I did want to mention, remember, after you've done all this, before you go out, make sure to pump your brakes a couple of times to reset your pistons, because the first time you press your brake down after installing new brake pads is it's going to go to the floor. The pedal's going to go to the floor a couple of times until you build up that hydraulic pressure. So remember to do that before you go out on your first braking thing. Like, just start the car and pump the brakes a couple of times. Okay. So I wish you could smell the smell that is here, but maybe you can see it's emanating some smoke. I did the bedding break-in process, and typically you want to cycle your rotors and pads quite a few times to get them up to temperature, like super hot, and then you're going to burn off the outer coating of the brake pads themselves, or if you had new rotors, you'll burn off that coating, get rid of any of the oil that you forgot to clean off with the brake cleaner. But yeah, they're smoking right now, and it took them up to 70 and back down to 0 or like 20 a couple times. And at one stoplight, just before a stoplight, behind that car, I could see like puffs of smoke coming off of my my front wheels. So I think they've been cycled enough. And yeah, the initial bite on these is not nearly as strong as the Project Muse, because those were semi-metallic pads, so you could feel every time you hit the brake pedal, you could feel them kind of grinding into the rotor. These ones are a lot smoother, kind of similar to OEM. They feel smooth, but not too aggressive, right? So it kind of like eases in. I engaged the ABS a couple of times. So now, before making any of these videos, I like to confirm the thing that I'm doing is doing the things it's supposed to do. In the case of the front brakes today, I went out for a drive after I heat cycled the pads and rotors, and then I also let them cool down, which is also very important. After they've been cooled, I went out for a ride. I can confirm now that the initial bite is actually just right. So these Dixcel ES pads, I think they're gonna have a pretty good longevity, but at the same time give that sort of confidence inspiring braking feeling that you're looking for a OEM plus sort of experience.